to my channel where today we're going to be taking a look at the game SunnySide. So I did actually already play this game back as a demo, probably about a month or two ago, and it got fully released. So we are taking a look at the PlayStation 5 version. I did not get a Steam key this time, unfortunately, but that is totally okay. So, as you can see, the opening of the game is absolutely beautiful. I love it. It's so pretty. This is, I believe, a Japanese-based game, so it has a lot of the basic Japanese-like features in it. As you can see right here, we're in the opening scene. Basically, what we're doing is we're bidding for the plot of land that we are going to be living on and making our house on. So this is them introducing all the characters you're going to meet, like Hiro, Mayumi. There's quite a few people. Character creation, but I can tell you, like, the character creation is pretty in-depth, and it does let you have surprisingly quite a few options for a game that's like this. So I did definitely enjoy the amount of options we were allowed to have. And as you can see, we just won our property, so we're gonna go collect our deed, do the payment. This is Gabriel. He's our neighbor farmer, who also is kind of like the biggest help I feel like we get in the early games, since he's the one that will ultimately give us our first seeds as well. Right in this area was literally one of the hardest things I've had to do in this game so far, was because I could not think of a name to literally save my life. And I struggled a lot. So now, Hiro's also our tech guru guy. He's kind of the one that we go to for all of our tech related things. So that was him just kind of plugging his own. And here is where we will face our biggest disappointment of the game. It turns out we did not buy a farmhouse. We bought a empty plot of land with a tent on it. Isn't that just the loveliest thing to be surprised on? Tent in the background, it's our home sweet home on our large plot of land that's currently empty with no idea what to do with it yet. Because this was so new to me when I first started this game. This game is like such an interesting game, and in the fact that it's not like anything else I've played in terms of like Stardew Valley or even Harvest Moon. It's nothing like those games, so it's something very interesting to me, I think, as a whole, to see like the changes and the differences in these type of games. But I do like that it is also kind of a life sim. So while the game is playing in the background, we're gonna go over some of the things I still think are a con, which you'll probably see later in the video when I'm farming. But one of the biggest cons that I've personally witnessed is the garden hose. The garden hose is, you have to move exactly as you pull it out, or the cord just stays bundled up on your land, and it's very odd. I do not like it in the slightest. It is probably my least favorite thing about this game. My second least favorite has to be the lack of transportation types. There's no bikes, there's no nothing. Your walk speed is really slow. there's no good way to get from point A to point B without just taking literally half the day. I could leave my plot of land at like 9 a.m. or it's like 10 a.m. whatever the starting time is every morning, and not get to town until almost noon, because it takes 3 in-game hours to drive to to walk to the location. I don't think it should take that long to get anywhere. You should be able to get there. The final real complaint that I have with the game is the lack of a tutorial. There's no quick view buttons telling you how to do certain things. There's a lack of, I mean they're like down there in that like bottom left corner, but there's no general like tutorial that kind of guides you along. There's quests, but there's a lot of things in this game that are quite confusing. Like this is only like the first like 45 minutes of the game condensed down, so I'm not to like the more confusing parts yet. But when I played this in the demo, there's like a drone that can help you build on your property, and that drone is actually kind of confusing to use. Like I don't think I figured it out before the demo ended. It was something that was just a constant struggle that I had. Here is one of the like tutorial pop-ups that I've mentioned. Like there is somewhat of a tutorial, but it is not very great. And keep in mind, I just left my house at 10:30. So we're gonna see how long it takes just to get to our first like small quest point. And I would also like to point out that right here, these mushrooms will probably be your biggest food source until you have more money in your pocket. Like I think I have 150 right now, but you're gonna need that. I was running for so long, I actually gave up because I got the text from Gabriel to meet him for dinner. So that's what I ended up doing. I literally just stopped in the middle of the run and went to Gabriel's instead, like, because I could not continue that run. That run was driving me crazy. Like, I think when I selected the text to come here, it was like 12:30. So I had been running in game for almost 2 hours. And personally, that's a long time to run in a game. So one of the pros of this game that I actually really like and find quite cute, if you see during the conversation with Gabriel, you'll see like these white plus signs like just now come off his head. Those are actually the relationship meter. It's how you tell like how good you're doing while talking to this person. And I actually have not dived in that yet because the demo does not give a whole lot of time for that. But I do enjoy that you get some kind of visual representation that you are making a good choice when talking to them instead of just their responses. Now we're meeting my most favorite character that I have met yet. She is, I believe, a high school girl. I don't know what the equivalent is in this, but she's literally my favorite character so far. She's super cute. She gives you strawberries to be able to plant, and I adore her. She's great. She's super adorable. I had to cut out of all of Kat's dialogue because her dialogue's actually quite long, and this video was already getting pretty long, so I had to start cutting a bunch of stuff out. But one of the cons I mentioned earlier had to do with the watering hose for planting, and you're about to see what I mean with that. It is a frustrating piece of equipment to have to use in this game. So see how that cord's like all flimsy and floppy and like it's getting caught on things already? Yeah. It's I don't know if it gets stuck this time, like if I get it to get back into its spot, but nope, I did not. It's stuck. See how it's stuck on the wall and you can't get it off? Oh, and look, I just made a second loop and now it's even more stuck. But that's kind of what I mean when I say like this has to be personally the worst mechanic of the game. And I kind of wish they just hadn't added that. There was no need to have the physics like that. There was nothing that required them to be like that. So I kind of hope if they do any more work on this game, they do remove that, because that was so incredibly frustrating for somebody who needs their stuff looking a certain way. Well, that is it for my look at SunnySide. I do think I'm going to keep playing it just because it's a game I do actually like. It's cute. I don't know how much more content I'm going to make regarding it, just because it's not my most favorite game I've played there that I would want to stream, because there's a lot of ins and outs of it that I just feel like are more intricate for a stream. But in the meantime, I hope you all enjoyed taking a look at this game with me, and don't forget to check it out on Steam. It is out now. Bye bye, everybody!